Welcome everybody to session 17 now. We have been through the fucking ringer. Um so not too much of a recap, but still a recap nonetheless. Bunny is dead.
Wow.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I feel like that's very pertinent. But no, so Bunny is dead. That is no surprise. And you all have now escaped from the dungeon. In your escape attempt, you tried to persuade a guard named Vivea. I believe they were a Earth Goliath, but I could be wrong. Who ended up passing away. You did, or at least Bunny learned a lot when it came to kind of like where everybody is and where they stand, without her there. And with everything, you, I would say you fought hard, and it was a very long battle. But the theater has now been essentially incinerated.
Yeah.
Just to say the least. And
Good way to
now,
put it.
huh?
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, no, exactly. So incinerated to say the least, singed to say the best, or to say the most. And now, you are back at Xananor's. At this point, you guys have a reputation. Arriving at Xananor's is never a good sign.
Did we break the news to him yet? I couldn't remember.
You have not. So you are doing that now.
Yep.
But yeah, so, with Bunny in tow, you all, aside from Tog and Kaiko, walk up to Xandernor's. I would say, I guess I'll set the scene now. So, you are standing at, you're standing at the door of the... I guess I should probably switch you over there too, huh?
Yes.
Bonk. So you were standing at the front door.
We're...
Yeah. And you notice that the house, since the last time you've been here, has gotten just a tad bit bigger. Not by much. But you notice a couple of walls jut out more than they did before. A couple more windows have formed, and maybe one more chimney has popped up on the roof. The house is ever growing, even when you're not there. And yet you stand at the door, a very familiar front door. But honestly, you feel nervous. The weight of everything kind of weighs over you. Because there are so many people that still don't know. And you're about to take at least 3 of them head on. The door, as you look at it, feels taller. Like it looms over you. What do y'all do?
Weren't we like just about to go tell Zanranor the last time that, or when we did off last time?
Yeah. So we just got into Zamernor's
Yes.
and started walking up to the stoop. Right now we're in front of his front door.
Okay. So, I don't think we should let him see Bunny. I think that would be then he.
Alyssa's cutting out for me.
Yeah, I'm not catching
Oh,
what she's
damn
saying.
it!
It's okay.
I'm
You're cutting
sorry.
out. I'm cutting out.
Yeah.
We're not hearing
I mean,
you.
you're fine now, but you were cutting
You're
out
fine
for a
now.
second.
Oh,
Yeah, but when you were talking, you were cutting out real bad.
maybe I was just leaning away from the mic or something.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Possible.
Did you change your sensitivity
Okay.
settings? You might have messed it up.
Yeah, that might be it. I sound okay now, though.
Yeah, you sound fine
Really
now.
great now, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was just saying, I think that we shouldn't let him see Bunny until he's been told.
Yeah.
So, somewhere. Of course, someone should.
Repeat that one more time.
Oh my god, really?
It happens every so often. It's not a big deal.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I was just saying we should lay her down to rest somewhere while we tell Zanranor. Maybe just two of us could go in.
Yeah.
I think she just needs to be laid to rest as soon as possible.
You see that Belladonna is, obviously at y'all's side. Why don't we set her, I hate that I'm saying this, but why don't we set her on the little, the pedestal out back, while we wait to see what he wants to do, like what his decision.
Okay. But someone needs to stay with her. I don't feel comfortable just leaving her by herself.
All of you seem quite close with the girl, and I assume all of you have met her father.
We have.
I understand.
Yes, we have.
I completely understand if you do not trust me. But I could take the girl out back and lay her down while you speak to the father. And I'll keep watch.
Yeah, and I'll be there too, just in case.
Okay.
If it were...
Yes, that's fine.
I just know that if it were my sister, I'd want all of the people that were close to her to break the news. Not just one or two.
Yeah.
I just can't bear to see her like this any longer. But yes, I agree. It would be best to have all of us there. Thank you. Did she say her name to us yet?
Yes, I did.
She has, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Valley.
Of course. And I'll go over to Cinny and hold out my arms for Cinny to pass Bunny to me.
And I would hand her Bunny.
Take her very gently, kind of with one of my elbows, kind of nudge Bella to show me the way, because I've never been here before.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going.
She, you see as you nudge her, she goes, "Oh, yeah, right, sorry. Here, it's this way." And you both take off.
I trot behind her very, very gently.
Okay. Yeah, so, you kind of see it as they, walk down the stairs and follow the path into the trees, and they kind of disappear from sight.
Yeah, and I will say that Bella would see this. As soon as I get to where I'm going and I lay Bunny down, I immediately pull my sword out and stand at guard. I'm very distrustful of this forest.
That's fair. Cool. So Belladonna sees it, takes note of it. She sits and kind of kneels at the pedestal, doing the same thing that she did for our Willow, where she puts her hand on the little altar, and you see that her magic kind of sparks from her hand. It's dark blue, kind of like little fire embers. That kind of yeah.
I take note, and I'm just keeping watch, and I'm two-handing Dealbreaker, and I'm just looking around at this strange grove that I've been teleported to.
Fair.
Sally, she's very confused, but she's just accepted it.
That's fair. Can you make a perception check for me?
I will. Perception? 11. Not great.
I'm gonna also ask you to roll a second one.
14.
Yeah. Okay. So this is just gonna be you scanning one way and then scanning the other. This is how I'm gonna play it. Cool. So, as you look through the trees, you see kind of, trees kind of weaving and waving through one another. You don't see anything, I would say, out of place for a forest. However, you distinctly notice on your second scan of the forest that 2 trees have disappeared.
I just, Bella would see my shoulder that doesn't have a sleeve, tense, like I'm ready to pounce on something, and I'm just staring at that spot.
Bella will obviously notice, and she will say, it's it's kind of crazy how the forest will play tricks on you, huh?
Not so sure that was a trick.
I mean, it's something, but I don't know. I tend to not pay it any mind.
Well, if you're at rest, I am, but not really.
That's fair. It hasn't gotten closer, so that's a good thing. Especially since the last time I was here. What?
What the fuck does that mean?
It hasn't gotten closer? You noticed the trees too, right?
Yeah, they blood.
Yeah. It hasn't gotten closer.
Valley, her jaw is on the floor. She just stops talking.
What? Do trees not disappear around here? I thought that was a normal.
I'm from the north.
Oh.
We don't have disappearing trees.
Oh. Well, that's
Very
new.
much of my element.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm from the Northwest, so moving trees are kind of like a normalcy, I guess.
All right, I'm sure. Disappearing trees is the norm here. What the fuck is this place? And Valley just starts to make like a wide circle around the pedestal, just keeping watch with her blade tensed.
Okay. Cool. So you do that, and now we're going to cut over to everybody else. So yeah. Oh,
Sorry, I was
you're-
laughing at Nat.
No, you're good. So everyone that remains, you still stand at this door. Valley and Belladonna have left with Bunny in tow. Or not with Bunny in tow, but carrying Bunny. And it is just you four and Zerjat. Do you
Okay.
enter?
Yes, I'll enter at least and trust that I'll be followed.
Okay. Cool. So you open the door. You notice that the door is a lot creakier than normal, a little bit louder. Every little sound in this house carries noise. You see as in the kitchen, Xandranor is making some sort of like herbal tea. And at the table is Grorg. You can see that Grorg is doing a little bit better. He's at least able to get up and walk around. He still has some like gauze and stuff kind of around his eye. But he is moving.
Always a good sign.
Okay.
Yeah. You see that in front of him is like a little like a little wooden mug, and a little wooden plate with a little thing of like bread on it, and it smells similar to the. Excuse me, my goodness, I had the hiccups. But it smells similar to the bread that he's made before. So he's also been doing some cooking. You see as you kind of make your way in, Xandranor kind of looks at you and perks up, and he's like, "Oh, well, what are you guys doing back so soon? I thought, I thought Caldera was gonna be a longer trip."
Listen, Xandranor. We have to talk. Would you like to have a seat?
Sure. I don't know what this is about, though. Yeah. You see that he kind of goes over with Grorg and kind of sits.
There's no way to say this that would make it easier. But we were attacked in Caldera, and Bunny didn't make it. I'm so sorry.
No, wait. No, I'm sorry. No, wait. What?
Yes, we brought her back for you. But I know that this is horrible, shocking news, but she deserves to be laid to rest as soon as possible. It's been a...
Where is she? Where... I need to see her.
She's out by the pedestal. Outside.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Great, cool. This is... Yeah. Find a place to stay.
We have her things as well.
Cool. Can you set them in her room? Please.
Of course. Right away.
You see as he kind of rushes out, with the door kind of slamming behind him.
Upon hearing that noise, Valley immediately, reels the sword back
Belladonna.
and, freezes.
Yeah. Belladonna is like, it's okay. It's okay.
She immediately, releases the sword with both hands, and the sword just poofs out of existence.
Yeah.
And she relaxes.
Cool. I'll kind of honor that in a second. But yeah, so focusing on the party just for another moment, you notice that Grorg hasn't moved. His eye is wide and his jaw is on the floor. He's in shock. You see as he kind of stares back into his mug and is like, oh, well, you couldn't have done something? Was it like a fight? Was it...
She was kidnapped. She was kidnapped when we were asleep.
Fuck. Okay,
I know. I probably could have done something more to protect her. But I didn't. It wasn't enough.
Who was she kidnapped by?
Demetrius.
Okay, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
I mean...
My father went after her to get me to do fucking something. I should have just turned myself into him. God. I will just... Go ahead.
No, you're good. You see Grorg and he's like, it sucks being there, it being your family and everything, but it's not your fault. It's your father's.
Well,
he's scummy, and
yeah.
It's...
To put it lightly.
Yeah, to put it lightly.
But he's not gonna be a problem for much fucking longer. Because with my friend's help or not, I'm going to fucking hunt him down. And he will regret this.
And I expect no less, but
Look, Bunny needs to be laid to rest. And that's all I'm focusing on right now. I'm gonna go take her things up to her room. But, I mean... Bunny would have wanted you. Bunny would have wanted you here for this, so...
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Thanks. You should probably let Mazis know.
Fuck, yeah.
He's upstairs. If you remember where Bunny's room is, it should be right before the stairs. It's that big door. How are y'all holding up though? Aside from that,
Well,
You're asking me.
we were in
I'm
prison.
dead, my god.
Burned down a theater and casino, so
hey, that's a step in the direction. I'll
yeah.
It's a step in any direction, yeah.
yeah. Listen,
Her blood is on
yeah.
my hands. I should have stopped her from going out.
It's, I mean, you didn't know. You didn't know what would happen, right?
No, but
Then
I should have been more cautious. I should have known better.
look.
Look!
I
I mean, oh, look.
Uh,
We could stand around talking about this forever, whose fault it was, but I mean, the truth of the matter is that it happened.
yeah. And we'll just figure out
And
where to go
now-
from here.
We owe it to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Bunny, as hard as it is, she wouldn't aiming ourselves.
No, you're right. There's no way anyone could have known what was gonna happen, and I mean, that's that. The best thing that we can do now, or that y'all can do, because I don't know how much use I'll be, is to figure out what to do next. So,
We'll
Grab-
figure that out once Bunny's
yeah.
seen to.
Yeah. Well, for now, grab a mug, have some tea, let Xanranor process, let Mazis know so he can process. God knows that he's gonna take it hard.
Yeah, I imagined he would.
Yeah. We'll reconvene once Xanranor gets back inside.
I turn and go up the stairs or wherever. I don't know.
Yeah, so Bunny's bedroom is right before the stairs. It's like that. It's a door, like, literally, like, you would go, instead of, like, I don't know how to describe this. Instead of going, like, down the hall and then up the stairs, you would take, like, a right, and it would, that would be, like, her bedroom.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so you go and do that.
I'll head that way.
Okay, cool. So you do that. Valley, going back to you guys.
Yes.
So you see that Xanranor comes out. He the moment you see his eyes fixate on Bunny, he starts to stumble. You can hear him under his breath going like, no. As he reaches the pedestal.
I just take a couple steps back and I just put my hand on my sheath and I just bow my head out of respect.
He takes note. Thank you for keeping watch. I'm sorry. I don't know.
It's alright. You don't need to speak. Just be with your little girl.
Thank you. You see that he takes a couple of moments to cry and to scream. You can tell his voice is kind of getting even more hoarse than it is. He lets out a lot of that emotion, and once it kind of calms down, he's like, "You're welcome inside if you want it. There's a room for you, both of you, and Grord made some bread, which is it's good bread."
I walk over and I put my hand on his shoulder. Darling, you do not have to be a host right now.
I know, but it.
We will have proper introductions later.
Yeah.
I'll take Bella and go inside so you can have a moment alone if you wish.
Actually, this might sound stupid, but I'm gonna take her inside.
We all grieve in different ways, dear.
Yeah, I just think it would be best if she was in her bed right now.
All right.
With that, the three of them, the three of you, start to head inside. However, Belladonna stops, right at the entryway. I have to break the news to, everyone else that's been helping us. I think they deserve to know. Valley, do you think that you could watch over them for me?
Of course.
For
as long as they need me, I'll be here.
Perfect. Thank you. I think it's necessary for the others to know, and I should be back, but I can't stay long. I have other things that I have to attend to.
I'm sure they will understand. Go take care of your business.
Perfect.
I'll be here, and I'll let them know that you're out.
Awesome. You see that she nods, and she, obviously she thanks you. You see that she kind of says goodbye to Xanrenor, and she walks into the apothecary, and the apothecary vanishes.
That will never not be spooky.
Yeah, so you, you both head in, Xanrenor carrying Bunny. Everyone at the table, or kind of in the house, you see as Xanrenor and Valley walk in, sans Belladonna. Xanrenor is carrying Bunny, and you see that he doesn't really acknowledge you. He kind of walks right past, kind of like he's on autopilot. And he walks into Bunny's room, and the door shuts. Valley, you somewhere in the middle kind of get, like, I guess, jettisoned from the two-person group into the living room, or like the dining room. A silence kind of weighs heavy on the entire room. You see that everyone sitting there is lost in some thought, or, you know, maybe is crying or is feeling some sort of emotion. However, you do see an unfamiliar face. You see an orc man with like a full mustache beard combo, hair tied up in a bun, with Sini, what eye is your eye patch on?
Oh, fuck. I think it's her right. Give me a second.
Okay.
Whoops.
Yeah, it's her right.
Her right? Perfect. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, the eye patch is on his left eye.
Oh, okay.
Or not the eye patch, the gauze. And you can see that there's like a scar kind of running from like the like orbital bone to like the bridge of his nose.
I don't sit down. I still have my hand on my sheath. Dealbreaker is not in the sheath. I just have my hand on it.
Okay.
And I just kind of am intaking everything that's happened
Mm-hmm.
in the past couple of hours.
Okay.
And processing this strange house and this weird forest and all of the grief and all the sadness that I'm a stranger to.
Mm-hmm.
And I just sort of very slowly, like, kind of nod my head. Belladonna had to step out. She had things to attend to, and I suppose she's making the bereavement announcements to the rest of your allies.
Oh, okay.
You see that Gorg speaks up. That sounds about right for Belladonna. Always on the move.
To stay.
Who else would she be?
I'm sorry.
It's gonna be like, who else? I mean, I suppose Bunny would want all those close to her here, but
I don't know your allies, I'm afraid. I wasn't told.
Addressing the group.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Jot would kind of pipe up at that point. She probably went to go tell Vodraka and Bertha. Just so that it was known.
Oh. Oh, I forgot I went up to her room. Am I just, like, down by now?
Yeah, you would have been down by now.
Okay, okay. So, I saw him bring Bunny in.
You did see him bring Bunny in.
Okay.
Uh,
Is she still in here?
Bunny? No, he walked directly past you and into
Okay.
Bunny's room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. God. I hate fucking waiting.
That
Kills
is...
me. Oh.
Yeah. That is the worst part. But,
Sitting in it.
yeah. But everybody... Mm.
I mean, we won't be here, that much longer. We need to think about where we're going.
I can't think about it yet. I don't want to think about anything else. I guess I'm not ready to yet. Bunny's been, it seems, fighting. Just fighting. The whole time I've known her, like, she worked so hard to make things right in the world and with those around her, and it seemed like she didn't have a person in the world taking care of her. Aside from Zanranol, but it tears me up. And I hated to be a part of that.
Right now, Dawn.
What did you say?
Said you have two options. You can either sit on it and let it stew and ruminate within you and let it tear you apart from the inside. Or you can fight. You can do what Bunny's been doing her whole life. You can fight to change what's happened. You can fight to make sure that this happens to no other child. You can fight to make this wrong right. At least as right as it can be now.
I plan to.
Yeah.
I hate the, like I told Jot, I hate the sitting in it. I wish I could go do something about it, but I guess
there is
I
no
should take
doing
this
without
time.
planning. You can't just scroll up to Demetrius and do whatever. It's not gonna work.
That's true. It's a lot of planning. We have a lot of things to consider, so I say, and this is up to you, but we take a moment, we rest, we grieve, and then we go back out there.
Do you think Zanranor has anything stronger than fucking tea?
He doesn't seem like the type to drink.
DM question. Do I have anything stronger than tea on me?
I
like
feel
a flask?
I feel like that depends on you. Is that a Valley thing?
I feel like Valley would have like a flask of some really expensive whiskey.
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just honor.
Bougie.
And I just kind of rummage through one of my belt bags and I pull out this really nice silver flask and I just kind of discreetly hand it to Dawn without saying anything.
Oh, I guess I just nod and I knock it back.
I would go easy on. Okay, well, never mind.
I can fucking handle it.
I guess with that, Alyssa, I'm gonna need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, damn.
Get intoxicated.
It's the good shit.
Hey, yeah,
not
you're able to handle it.
Hey, Austin. A lot of points in a constitution so that I can drink.
There we go. That works.
Is Thing near them?
Thing is near them, yeah.
I want Thing to see this and do grabby hands. I was like, I don't need a lie.
Oh, God,
You're very
I just
small,
wanted
and-
something to steal my nerves.
Valley just kind of looks down at Thing and goes, "You're very small, and that is very expensive. So go easy."
Okay, Thing does take it and attempts to do a very tiny sip.
Yeah, you do
You only
that.
take it if I give it to you. I'm much taller.
If you take it, make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, Thing does not need a lie, and like everybody has said,
I would say
It's
take
really
it at
good
an
shit.
advantage as well if you're gonna do a little bit.
well, I want to do a little more than just like a tiny bit.
Right,
But,
but like still.
Goblin size.
Okay, goblin size. Then do
Goblin
it. Do it
size.
straight.
Goblin size.
Do it
Okay.
straight.
Constitution save.
Straight shot of whiskey, straight
Hey.
roll.
That'll do it. That'll
Very
do it.
curious. What kind of alcohol does she
That's
have?
bad.
What?
What kind of alcohol do you have in there?
Like,
Fancy whiskey.
Like a really
Oh, whiskey.
expensive whiskey. It's kind of
What
like
is it? What does it taste like?
like a piece of bark.
It's
rubbing
whiskey.
alcohol.
You don't taste-
Butter.
It tastes
I
like.
like that. Woody. Woody.
I want peanut butter whiskey.
You see is
Oh, I love peanut butter whiskey.
Zerjot kind of looks around and is like, that's the spirit of things. And you see that he takes out this like tiny little thin little vial flask, and he just knocks back like a shot.
Oh God, guys, let's not turn into fucking ragers.
It's-
Morning.
Buddy would have wanted, right? You know,
Hey,
I don't know about that.
that was sarcasm.
I would have said amen to that. So
Oh, it's not your funeral.
exactly.
I take my flask back from whoever has it, and
I think Thing has it.
thing does
but
have it.
Thing relents ownership over it whenever you go to grab it.
yeah, I just quietly take my flask back. You know,
Uh,
very powerful whiskey. It's like 180 proof.
no.
200 proof.
So, what's your deal? Why are you helping us be?
Oh, one more time?
Oh, okay. Was I cutting out, or am I just too far? Like,
It was
Or
like
am I
Cutting out a little
rambling?
bit.
it was like glitchy cutting out, so that wasn't you. That was like internet
Okay.
Discord.
so as like, I'll just like sit, and I'm like, well, as long as we're waiting, what's your deal? Like, why are you being so? You're helping us. You're giving us booze.
She's got my thumbs up.
What's up with that? I mean, God, I appreciate it, but what's your angle?
Oh, it's completely self-serving.
I thought you just also
Okay.
hated Demetrius, honestly.
Well, that, obviously. He locked me in a box.
For a
I
while
want him-
too, wasn't it?
6 months. I'm pretty upset
Yeah.
about that.
Oh,
It's-
I'd be pissed.
Entirely self-serving.
Sure.
I hate Demetrius. Obviously. He betrayed
Yeah.
me, and he broke our deal,
Yes.
and I don't do so well with people breaking deals.
He'll do that.
A little bit of it is that I have a soft spot for kids. I have a little sister. Her name is Anya. She's about the girl's age. I've mentioned her before. If anything happened to her, I would burn down the world. So,
That's what we
Is
aim
that
to
where
do.
we are?
Yeah, so you're helping us burn the world down?
if It's what it takes, I suppose. And
Everything but the trees. We can't burn down the trees. She likes the nature.
Oh, okay, everything
Burn down
but the
everything
trees.
else, though.
Okay,
fair enough.
sounds like a plan.
I can dance with that.
Last time we burned down
Hey.
some trees, it didn't end well. So, if you remember, and you see that Gror kind of taps his eye patch.
That's a bit of a nasty wound. What happened?
I guess the longest story short, we entered a town. It wasn't a good town. There was magic flowers. Pollen could have caused us to hallucinate and eventually die. We tried to set up camp in a clearing after we burnt down the town. And we got attacked by a cloaker.
I don't believe I've heard of that. And
There-
you see that for the first time, Valley pulls down the face covering. She has like a red silk face mask,
Yeah.
and she pulls it down, and you see that she has a really nice jagged scar that runs from about the middle of her ear all the way down to the corner of her mouth, almost like a Joker smile.
Oh.
She's the Joker, baby.
Only on one side.
Only on one side.
But she's got kind of a nice big scar.
Um,
I got this from
Ah.
what was it? Some sort of like big magical cat.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's, hey, that's pretty cool. The, I mean, at least we get stories from it. It sucks though. I wasn't the only one affected. One of my friends is gone, and another one is still upstairs recovering because they lost their leg. So it was,
Yeah.
it was pretty nasty.
God, it's the craziest fucking shit I've ever seen. Well, maybe not the craziest, but it's up there.
Yeah.
Um,
The biggest thing you need to know about cloakers is when they are not moving, they can look like a ragged cloak. Who would have thought?
I
well,
am
you know,
ever so grateful I've not encountered one of those yet, but I probably will, given my line of work.
Wait, what do you do?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Recently I've taken to bounty hunting. Monsters, usually, but
Yeah.
sometimes people.
sounds about right. It's
I-
about up the alley of the people that Demetrius employs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That,
Except, in his case, there was no monster. Just a contract that I didn't read well enough.
well, yeah, that sounds like Demetrius. I was actually I had to do some contract work for Demetrius not too long ago. It was my mom.
Wait, who's talking?
Grorg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grolk?
Yeah.
You worked with Demetrius? Did I know this?
Yeah. Like, yeah. This is knowledge.
I don't. I do
you know,
not remember that.
I don't remember this either.
It's
our
one of the-
game's been going on for too long.
True. It was one of the reasons why he led y'all to Jot and kicked off the whole campaign. But that's pitch posh. But you see that he's like,
Mishmash. Okay.
you see that
Then
he's
I guess
like,
I'm just like, yeah, I knew that.
yeah. You're just like, yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah, that's knowledge.
Yeah, that's knowledge. But he's like, yeah, it's not fun. It was really for my mom. She got into some deep shit with him. So did one of our neighbors, and that didn't end well for them. So I thought that if I did something for him or for her through him, it would it would help. But that's where I met that one. And he points to Jot, and now we're in deep shit. So
Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't run into you. I ran into the cat boy over there a couple times.
yeah, well, I never really got my stuff from Demetrius directly. It was I was working with him. And he points back to Jot kind of haphazardly.
So, I mean, God. Oh, sorry, did I interrupt
No,
the middle of a thought?
no.
Okay. Okay, I was just gonna, gesture to Valley and be like, I mean, fuck, I don't know how long ago you were working for... I mean, you were an insider. Do you know anything about what the fuck he's been up to?
Let me consult my notes. Hold on.
You take notes? I just hope my memory isn't shit, man.
I take notes, but they're really disorganized. I still don't remember what the whole... We had like a riddle at one point, but I don't remember what it was for.
Oh, I don't fucking
Do you remember what the riddle was?
I
Do you,
know.
What was the
do you
riddle,
have
Owen?
the riddle written down at all?
I have it written down somewhere.
I also have
No,
the
I
riddle
wrote
written
down the riddle. I have it. It was something about 3 in tow and 1 makes 2. Yeah, I have it. Dots in a line and a point in tow. 3 minus 2, and then you'll know.
Yeah.
What was that for?
That was just in the little Aetophian children's book about the Aesaith and the Aetophians.
okay.
Yeah.
Valley, in response to what Don was asking, goes, So, I did not know that I was signing a contract with Demetrius Wormwood. I would have never taken the contract if I had known, but... I was under the impression, given the contract, that there was some sort of beast that was stalking around Caldera and they needed it taken care of. It was a 3-month contract, I believe. When I got to Caldera, Demetrius sprang it on me that I'd be working for him as a bodyguard, and I tried to refute it, but he put the contract down in front of me and read out the fine print that I didn't read well enough, and I was locked into a 3-month contract with him. About a month into the contract, I got into some things I ought not have, and he threw me in a box. And I've been there for 6 months. So
What kind of things? God, I mean, there's not a lot that Demetrius draws a line with.
For context, I was a sort of bodyguard-esque, just, making sure
Demetrius?
Yes. Making sure that nobody touched him, that kind of thing. And he was away, and I was sent out to get some information from a fellow named Wayland, I believe. And couldn't find him, so I went into Demetrius's office to try and find some sort of paper trail or what have you to maybe track down this Wayland fellow, and instead I found a bunch of papers referring to the Aetophians and the Aetophian stone. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but Demetrius, I guess, thought it important enough to throw me in a box for 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, he's sort of got a Napoleon complex. He'll get pissed if you fuck with his shit.
Yeah.
He's got
I
that
figured that.
little man syndrome. Yeah.
He's no money.
Well-
He's arrogant as fuck.
Yeah.
Who the fuck
He's
is
my.
Napoleon?
Well, I don't know if dad is the right word. He's my father. That shit sucks. But, yeah, I mean, we've Toffee and Stone, the Aesaith, we don't know a lot. We know that the Aesaith were... Oh god, let me look. Okay, yeah. The Aesaith were monks. Protected people. And the Atophians had a stone that could essentially destroy the world, and I imagine Demetrius is trying to get that. Seems up his alley, so... I mean,
Probably.
I guess
He's-
really you know as much as we do now.
I also found some paperwork that revealed he is using the casino as a front for drugs.
That's not news.
Fair enough. I just thought I'd mention it. There's a thieves guild in Sushan. I've never been there, but apparently Demetrius runs it or owns it or whatever.
Fuck. Oh, what's the name of the Thieves Guild?
DM, do I know the name of thieves guild?
You do. It is the Heralds of the Night.
The Heralds of the Night.
Fuck. That's bad.
Lizardjot is nodding as well. That
He's taken.
We could burn that place down too.
well, trust me, we would
What
love
did you say,
to.
Nat?
I said we can burn that place too.
I mean, God, I'm not. I won't lie to you. They were. I was kind of thinking they would help us, but
I mean,
now, God.
do you? They cracked down after you left, Dawn. So it was very hard for
Cracked
me to
down.
get out.
Fuck. How did. What?
No,
I don't know.
it's after you left, Dawn, Molveus decided to crack down on security and build up bigger and better walls. We were a family,
Oh.
and he didn't want anybody to leave that family.
I didn't.
It's not a family, that's a prison.
Yeah, you're telling me.
I didn't get very far into his paper trail before I was thrown in a box.
Yeah,
But,
that'll do it.
Funny.
I distinctly remember he was making deals with other towns or I don't
Building-
know. He's not going after towns. He's going after land, and I didn't get very far. And it's been 7 months since I read this paperwork.
After land. Land.
He's after land, not towns. He just wants. I don't know why, but
What the hell?
he's making a
Oh,
power
I-
grab.
Yeah. I'm assuming he
More
wants
camps. More kobold camps. More backup. He might be building an army.
I mean, maybe, but if he's do you know Valley, do you know where he's like grabbing land by chance, or is
DM,
it
do I know where he's grabbing land?
yeah, it's everywhere that everybody else has been to, so like Silvermoon, Sacred Key, like he's trying to
So all
get
over the
land.
place.
Like all
Yeah.
over the southeast specifically.
He's I don't know if he's acquired it, but he's made deals, I suppose. I don't know if they've gone through in, like, just outside of Silvermoon and Sacred Keep, all over the southeast.
Yeah.
All over the southeast.
Maybe he thinks the stone is somewhere there. I mean, the more spread out he is, the more chance he has of finding it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possible.
Plus, if he has the
The real question. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
What were you saying?
If he has ownership of the land, then there's a pretty good chance that he's going to put up guard posts and essentially make it one big empire again.
Thing with these.
Catches us.
I'm sorry, what?
If he catches us, he'll just kill us on sight, won't he?
Very
Try.
likely.
It's possible.
I don't think he'll risk
the-
throwing me in a dungeon again.
He'll throw us all in a dungeon to kill us. But question, I mean, do we go for him? I mean, break down his defenses, or do we try to find the stone before he does? If he finds that,
Go ahead.
but if he finds that, will essentially, that's what I was gonna say.
I don't know what it is you're doing, and to be quite honest, I don't really want to know. But if you're thinking of going after Demetrius at all, you're certainly not going to get away with it now. I fought alongside you, and you're all very capable and very powerful, but you're also not strategic. You don't seem to know anything about anything, and that is dangerous. And as far as I've seen, you're very reckless. He's new money. And the thing with new money is he's got something to prove, and if he's got armies or outposts set up, this isn't going to be easy.
I never said it was going to be. I mean, that's why I said. I mean, break down his defenses if we have to, but
Do you
I
know
know
where
we
they
can't
are?
go straight for him. I mean, fuck. No. I mean, trying to work out the logistics right now. I mean, fuck, you're right. I mean, I'm a performer. I fight, but I'm no soldier. I just know I want to fucking take him down.
I might be able to help with that. Which
Right.
brings me to the other reason that I've been helping you. I can get information. I don't know if any of you have heard of my family, the Kleins, but we are one of the oldest families in Shawai. One of the most powerful. I'm sorry, Alyssa, what'd you
Oh.
say?
I was more of a. I said, where's that? Is that this continent or is it like away?
What do you mean?
Shawai? Shawai's this continent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shawai.
Yeah, Shawai is this
Yeah,
continent.
okay, I guess continent's pretty broad. Is it far?
Like where
What?
what?
Is it far away?
What
I was
is
just
far away?
curious. Shawai.
Shawai is the continent that you're in.
We're in Shawai.
Oh,
This is
I'm
where we are.
stupid. Okay, never mind. Shawai. Okay.
So why are you asking?
Oh my goodness.
Eh,
Um,
okay. Continue.
My family are one of the oldest and most powerful families in Shuai. We are based in the north, and we have sort of a knack for getting information. Money can open any door, really. But, the one thing that my family is known for is making deals with people. And it's entirely self-serving, don't get me wrong, but I do
As
something
long as
for
you get it done.
Exactly. I do something for you, you do something for me, and if you break that deal, nobody will ever find your bodies. You can be assured of that. But as long as everyone holds up their ends, it's all very happy and very cooperative.
Understood. The same goes for you.
I know I'm the stranger here, and you have no reason to trust me. But I can assure you there are hundreds of years of reputation on my shoulders. And I don't break deals with people who are doing things for me. It's just not done in my family.
Well, you scratch our back. End of story.
So how's about we make a deal?
What are your terms?
Well, I will give you what I will give you, and I will give you what you will give to me, and then if we're happy, we accept, I'll draft a contract, and or we can negotiate. But I'm not the negotiating type, so what I will give to you is information.
Okay.
I, of course, will need a paper trail, so I will hire you on as a personal scouting party of sorts. Very informal, just something to keep, my nose above board, and should anything happen to you, should anything happen to me, everyone's protected. I will hire you on through the official channels, through one of the outposts. I believe there's one in every town? Possibly? I'm not sure. But there should be in, the major cities. And all you have to do is, if you need information, blueprints, armories, head counts, of bastions, things of that nature. Information on relics or magical items or artifacts, any information at all, you can send me a letter. I'll get it, and as soon as I can get that information to you, I will. I also might be able to send simple weapons, simple armor, maybe a little coin here and there. Nothing too big, nothing too crazy. You're a scouting party, after all. Mm-hmm. It would be suspicious to be sending lots of powerful items all the time. But, here and there I might be able to provide. And of course, you would not actually be a scouting party. You're free to do whatever it is you wish. It's just formalities. Given enough time, I will get that information or gear to you. All I ask in return is a favor. A simple favor.
What's that?
I don't know yet. One favor.
Oh God, you're so fucking coy. Jesus Christ.
Listen, I am going to outlive every single one of you. That is not an opinion. That is a fact. I'm an elf.
Okay. I didn't ask.
might not even cash in my favor in your lifetimes. One favor.
You're not getting me from beyond the grave.
Exactly. And I have possibly 100 other favors out there from other people, just waiting to cash in. So I might not even call upon you. One favor, to be cashed in at any time of my choosing. And if I never cash it in, I never cash it in. If I never need you, I never need you. At the time that I request this favor, it can be negotiated. Sort of.
Okay.
If I say go kill this
So-
guy for me, you can, negotiate that down to, we'll just get him out of your hair. That kind of thing. But not refused. Not outright anyway. If you disagree with my methods, we can talk about that at the time of the favor. But, it will be done. Only one, though. For all of you. As a collective. One favor as a collective. So not 4 individual favors, just one.
So you want us to kill someone who is pissing you off?
Possibly. I don't know yet. It could be. That was just an example. It could be, a hit. It could be you get me some information. It could be, you retrieve an artifact for me. It could be anything, really.
It's just an IOU.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You understand me, dear.
It's a pretty good deal.
We have no reason
What
not
do you
to
think?
accept.
Yeah, I mean, the lead would be really helpful in where we're at right now.
The one
And
thing we're
any
missing.
information.
Yeah.
And also,
I mean,
I would basically be your sponsor, right? Should you be stupid and reckless and martyr yourselves and try and kill Demetrius without, the backing of Shawai, I will be there to bolster you. Killing nobility is not exactly smiled upon. All the nobility in Shawai hates Demetrius, that is a fact. But you can't just cut off the head of somebody without probable cause, especially not a noble. You would have my name behind you, and should you get into trouble, should you need to flash my name to gain entrance, that is an option as well.
so then what happens when we cut off Dimitri? Who moves into that space? Your family?
It could be. It could be another noble house. It could be you. You're the inheritor of Caldera, my dear. Should Demetrius die, his property, his land, would go to you as his next of kin.
God, yeah. I'd thought about that. I just know if that would hold. He claimed me as a daughter. I mean, he hid me practically my whole child. Most people would never assume that I was his daughter, except for my name. But I guess if your family have that pull...
There's always a paper trail. And if there isn't one, I can pull some strings. Should you want to take over Caldera once Demetrius is dead, I will make sure that happens.
I feel like we're getting ahead of ourselves here.
I mean,
Right now,
this is
we-
the root of the issue.
Right now, we
I
just
mean,
need
if Demetrius is gone and that power vacuum exists, it could cause even more problems. I think we should at least consider that before starting to try and break down his regime.
Well, the fact of it is, he's hurting a lot of people, and you are his kin. So, if it's gonna go to anyone, it will be you. If not, we can deal with them too. ultimately, taking out Demetrius is going to be the best thing for Caldera and every other
Oh
place he's...
god, yeah. Yeah. Shit, I wasn't arguing that we don't fucking kill him. I definitely want to kill
I
him.
know, and I'm aware. I'm just saying, now is not the time to hesitate. The after, we'll have time to figure that out.
I'm
You know,
not
I'm not gonna-
hesitating, dear. I'm just trying to play.
I understand. I think we should focus on the present.
Okay.
So,
Um,
do we have a deal?
we reserve the right to negotiate. Is that fair?
Negotiate
Depending on
the favor?
the deal. Yes.
Or negotiate the entire deal?
No, just the favor.
Yes, you reserve the right to negotiate. If you disagree with my methods of solving the problem, that can be negotiated, but the favor cannot be outright refused.
Well, I mean, it's an easy deal for what I'd otherwise be willing to do to kill Demetrius.
And you'd still be your own little merry band. I wouldn't have you running all over. You're not an actual scouting party. It's just a paper trail.
You want us to sign a contract?
Yes.
Okay. So, are you have you filled us in on all the fine print?
Yes, of course.
Well, okay.
I don't love the sneaky method of deal making. I'm very upfront and honest. I do something for you, you owe me a favor. And, by the way, once the favor is cashed in, I will still be your sponsor, and I can still give you information. Our deal does not terminate once the contract, or once my end is fulfilled, of course.
You'll have to forgive me if I'm a little tentative after I've seen what Demetrius did to the people that he's made deals with.
Oh, you absolutely should not trust me. I'm a stranger. But
I'm not
what
trusting you. I'm
Smart.
just choosing to believe that you're not going to fuck us over.
Very sweet. Very naive, but very sweet. You don't have to trust me. I'm not asking for trust in me as a person. I'm asking for trust in facts. What would I stand to gain by backstabbing you? I have hundreds of years of reputation. My family has never broken a deal. I don't intend to be the one that fucks that up.
I mean, listen, I don't...
mean, as I said, I'm choosing to believe that for now. Go ahead, Sini, I'm sorry.
We don't have any other options. We don't have any other leads. If you backstab us...
I mean,
well...
I've accepted the terms. I defer to the rest of the group regarding your opinions.
I mean, I accept as well.
Thing?
Yeah, I mean, what kind of choice do we have right now?
Snap.
Snappy.
Snap, are you live?
Snap has not talked for like a long time.
True.
I know.
Did Esther fall asleep?
No, I'm
They're not
awake.
asleep
That's-
because they're
okay.
on Minecraft.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, Snap. Okay.
This seems well and good enough.
What did she say?
What?
It's well and good enough.
Oh,
I-
okay. Well,
All I care about is the outcome. Is
We are... In
Hey.
short, we all accept.
Rupert,
Yeah. It's a resounding yes.
All right. Whenever we
Yup.
get a moment, I will draft a contract. You can all be there to make sure I'm not sneaking anything in. I won't, obviously, but I understand.
You can't say don't trust me and then say I won't, obviously.
That is why I'm giving you a backstop, an assurance. When I draft the contract, you'll all be there.
Yeah. Well,
You
anyways.
sign it.
Let's just get this over with. I want to move forward.
Yeah. Good sales pitch.
I'm an excellent saleswoman.
Eh.
No. With that, as you all kind of, I guess, wind down a little, after talking, you as players see one after another the snow kind of takes over. And you see a trail. Powdered snow kind of traces the pathway, as Bunny
Okay. Let me adjust seating positions to get into my
Yeah.
second character.
Yeah. And I was like, let me change music just a little to, no, that's not it. What's this? No.
This is jaunty.
Yeah.
I know.
Doing cheese ante 2.
I'll take this. So, Bunny, you are following this trail. You are now outside the tree of the hollow. You are following this path that's covered in snow. You know, as the path kind of twists and turns, you find yourself kind of kicking the snow up and playing in it, kind of as you walk, until you get to a clearing. In this clearing, you see a shape kind of dart and flutter by you.
My interest is piqued.
Your interest is piqued. So, looking at it, what do you see?
Ooh. I would see this strange, fade-like creature.
I'll send a picture.
Yes,
There we go.
please. About the size of a house cat, with green fur and sort of almost ferret-like, snake-like, with this long, like lizard's tongue that darts out and kind of sniffs the air. These sort of almost dragonfly-like wings, a long, bushy tail. A very mischievous little fey creature that is just darting in the air and moving about excitedly and curiously.
Awesome. So as you see it, kind of like moving around, you notice that it flies a little too high and hits like its head on like a branch, sending it and some snow tumbling. You see, as it gets covered in like a pile of white, a second later, its head pops up, and it kind of looks around.
For the first time in a long time, I laugh and I rush to it. Oh, are you okay? Oh, you poor thing.
It it looks up at you, and it kind of chirps. It it's curious of you.
I kind of brush some of the snow off of its little head, and kind of lean down, and kind of touch my forehead to its forehead.
You, in doing this, hear like a half chirp, and then it starts to purr.
Oh, I scoop it up into my arms.
It kind of rustles you for a second before, kind of like adjusting itself, before it just kind of slumps into your grasp.
I kind of... Oh, go ahead.
It looks up at you, like, oh, I'm here now.
She's kind of cradling it like a baby. And she has this big, just absolutely jubilant smile at the sight of this strange creature. And its acceptance of her.
Yeah. Okay.
And she just kind of, like, ruffles its fur, its feathers, sort of a mix of the two.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of look up. Do I see the evergreen anywhere?
He is not near you at the moment.
Kind of... Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good.
I kind of, like, boop its little snoot. And I just go, oh, what's your name?
You see it kind of just... It does like a rolling chirp. As it, like, shakes its head and kind of wiggles its way out of your grasp. It gets, down on all fours, like it's ready to play.
Oh, I, like, put my hands in the dirt and kind of shift my hands around for this creature to, like, follow and play with.
It does. It does the thing where it, like, it puts its two paws in front of it to, like, dive onto your hands. You take a moment to sit and play. As you hear footsteps approach you. If you decide to look, you'll know that it is the evergreen.
I briefly glance up and see him and smile for the first time. And I just continue playing, and just sort of over my shoulder I just say, "What's her name?"
Not everything in the hollow has a name, child. However, if you want to give her one, be my guest.
She needs a name. Everything needs a name. What about Nefi? And I kind of scratch her little head. Do you like that? Do you like Nefi?
It, you see is, Nefi pushes, her head into your hand. And kind of nuzzles.
Yeah.
Nefi it is.
I just continue very gently, obviously roughhousing with this creature, and I just kind of wait for the evergreen to speak.
Yeah. A couple of minutes go by as you play, and you hear, after a while, your friends made it out okay.
I knew they would. They're very capable people.
Yeah. Yeah. It, your father knows about everything.
It's good that he knows. Doesn't make it any easier on him though.
No.
Sometimes ignorance is bliss. Sometimes I wish I didn't know the things I know.
Yeah. Well, you know, with everything going on, you know, I've been keeping an eye on your friends like you've asked. And I've noticed that a few of them are taking it harder than you would expect.
Loss is never easy.
You're right. Tell me, how did you get so wise?
Loss. Abandonment. Xaminor, mostly. He taught me so much. And, I don't know. I never really got to tell him how grateful I was for that. And now it's too late. But I have to have hope that he knows.
I would imagine he does. I would imagine all of your friends would know how grateful you would be for them.
I hope so. I really do. God, I had so much to do. And I don't know, I wasted it. I got a second chance with Xaminor and I wasted it.
It wasn't wasted. I promise you that. Now, that being said, and you see as he kind of walks over to you and Nephi, and you see as he kind of like lowers into the snow a little and pets little Nephi. I am going to level with you.
Should I be concerned?
No. Well, no. You mentioned that there's still work to be done on your end. I might be able to pull some strings.
I don't know what that means.
The Hollow never closed you off to the material plane, Bunny. Even it knows that you have work to do.
I guess I noticed that. I guess I didn't want that hope.
That's understandable, of course, but you have the ability now to finish that business. All I ask is you keep doing it in my name.
So tired.
I know. And you have every right to rest. However, there are still people that need you. And your time in the Hollow will come once again. There will always be space for you if you choose to take it. You may take it whenever you please.
Ever since I heard about this place, this is all I've wanted. It's so peaceful here.
Yeah.
And there's no war. And there's no... There's no war. There's no sadness.
I know.
Just peace.
It is a very peaceful place. That's what I make. I try to make as much peace anywhere that I can. Through my followers, through the Feywild itself. But I think you need to be a harbinger of peace, in a way. If you're willing to take that up, of course. Now, you don't have to decide right now. You still have a little bit of time. However, if you would like to take Nefi here, I have one more thing to show you.
Can I just say something?
Of course.
I never thought that I would be a warrior. That's not where I thought my life would go. And it feels like fate keeps pushing me towards that path, towards being a warrior, a fighter. Can you just tell me if it'll ever get better? If the world will ever look like this place, even just a little bit? If I was there instead of here, Will the world look like this one day?
You see that he, for, once in a very long time, at least since you've been here, he pauses before he speaks. But not for a couple of seconds. It's more like a minute. But you can see through his eyes that there are gears turning and things are clicking into place. But he does eventually respond. Yeah. Given enough time and, with enough help, which it looks like you have plenty of, your part of the world can start to feel like that again. But it's never an immediate thing. Stuff like this takes time. But in your lifetime, it'll happen.
And I've already made my decision. And I'm gonna scoop up Nefi and wrap her around the back of my neck. Like a snake or a scarf.
Perfect. Here. Now there is one more... Yes.
I want to see what you have to show me. But can I just stay here for one night?
Of course.
Okay. Okay. Let's go.
You see, actively as this is happening, the sun has now begun to set. You make your way back to the hollow, and obviously he sits you down at the table. He let me is this better? There we go. Yeah, he brings you back into the tree. You sit down with Nefi in your arms. Nefi is kind of like chirping and purring and kind of like nuzzling into you, trying to get comfy. You see a Xananor kind of does his hand waving gestures, and you see as the snow on the table begins to whir and change. The person that you see is Belladonna. You see that in the apothecary, Vodraka, Ryloth, both exit what looks to be out into Xandranor's home. You see that the door shuts, and within a few seconds, it kind of rustles as if it has landed. What you see is Belladonna kind of have a couple of people come in, people you never recognized. No one in particular, just customers. She moves once again. It lands. And you see as both her and Palan's posture changes. you see as they exit the apothecary out into this village. This village has a couple of markets. It's all like Gith and Yuan-Ti and like reptilian humanoids, people of that nature. And in front of them is this beautiful twisting couple of trees that kind of meld into what could easily be deduced as a portal.
Fuck yeah.
Player Zim, you have seen this portal before.
Yes, I have.
You have seen this portal before. As they walk out, you see Palan kind of grab Belladonna's skirt and kind of tug on it to get her attention. And you see that he goes, Bella, do you know if it ever stops hurting?
Oh.
I just want it. I want it to stop. And you see Belladonna kind of, her eyes well up with tears, and you see that she kind of bends down to him, and she's like, "Sweetie, I don't know. I think it's just something that we choose to carry. Whether that be for the rest of our lives, or I don't know. But you know what? You have been very strong. And I'm very proud of you. We've lost too many people, and who knows, maybe one day we'll see them again." And you see that she kind of, from crouching down and cupping Palan's face to kind of like, not necessarily falling over, but falling kind of to where she's sitting sideways on one of her knees. She lays her head down on a fallen tree stump, and she stares off at the portal. Maybe we'll see our friends again. Who knows? And with that, the snow kind of flows away. The image of Belladonna and Palan together fades from view. And you see that the evergreen looks at Bunny, and he's like, "I probably sound like a broken record, but you have impacted so many people. There are so many people that you don't know about, that you don't know their full story. And even when they're not with a group or people that you know, they still think about you. That impact right there that you have is part of the reason why I made this offer.
Is that why the door didn't close?
I think part of it, yeah. And I think part of it is no matter how much you ignore it, I think part of it is you. I don't think you let that door close. Not all the way.
I, one more night. One night of this. Of peace.
One more night. Alright.
And I kind of snuggle my head against Nefi on my shoulders.
Yeah. You do that as... Mm-hmm.
And I just look at the evergreen pleadingly. You know I'm gonna steal Nefi from you, right? She's mine now.
You know, I was kind of hoping you would say that. I think she's been looking for a home for a while now. Now,
Oh, I'm crying.
No.
You see his, he kind of, looks at Nefi and then looks back up at you and he's like, now, you know, if you go back, you won't be able to see her like this. Not right away. But,
Hi.
it's the best way I can describe it is it's for posterity. You work with me and I work with you. It's gonna be a transition to get her over to you. It's been really difficult to send anything over to the material plane, especially recently. And with my busy schedule, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get her to you within the next few days, so...
Even with expression.
What about overnight?
Don't push your luck, kid.
Alright.
um...
I just snuggle into Nefi, and I just look over at the evergreen, and the weight of the world just drops off my shoulders for one night. Bunny finally just relaxes. And she smiles and she snuggles into, I'm sorry, I'm weeping. Over my graph paper person and this dumb weasel cat. She just snuggles into Nefi's fur and feathers, and just after a few minutes she just wraps her arms around the evergreen in the biggest hug. And in his ear, and she kind of has to pull him down and get on her tippy toes. In his ear she just says, "We have a deal."
You see that he kind of backs away from you and stands up. He smiles. Good. Well, there is a room for you. Choose any door. And you see as automatically the inside of the hollow kind of forms a hallway with several doors, kind of lining it. Kind of reminiscent of a dream that you've once had.
Kind of chuckle to myself. I can't wait to come back. And I go through a door.
Cool. You go through a door. Before we resolve that, however, we are going to bounce back to the party just to cap this session off. Because we still have a little bit of time.
Back to valley seating position.
Yeah, back to valley seating position. You all spend a little bit of time as a party. We're going back to sad music. And you all sit in silence. You know, just taking the moment in. You might talk every so often, make small conversation, but it's no use. Mazis has now joined you after learning everything. He was just as distraught as Zanranor was. Every, I'd say probably about 10 minutes, Zanranor would come out, sit with y'all, talk, do what he needs to, and go back into Bunny's room. Mazis would do the same, a little less often, but still. An hour probably has gone by since you discussed the deal with Valley. As you see Vodraka and Ryloth barge in. You see that both are upset, a little frantic and a little angry. Valley, these are two people that if you ever have seen them, it's been very, very, very slim passings.
As soon as, like, the door... I assume they, like, slam the door open.
Yeah.
And rush in. As soon as I hear that door open and slam, under the table, I will use my weapon bond and bamf Dealbreaker into my hand and get really tense.
Okay.
Until I see that they're not a threat, at which point I poof Dealbreaker away again.
Okay. Yeah. You see as they kind of like walk into the kitchen, and Vodraka is like, "Where's Bunny? I heard what the hell happened?"
God, I guess I'm doing this again. Bunny... Oh god. We were in a fight with Demetrius and Bunny didn't make it.
Fuck.
She's outside. I mean, she's with Zanranor right now. He's
Shit. Okay.
taking his time with her.
Yeah. God, sorry, I'm not... if I sound mad, I'm not mad at you. I'm just angry at the situation. I should have been there. I know you know Caldera, and I know Zerjat knows Caldera, but, like, we could have had your back. I don't know.
Do I see that she's like...
Oh.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Oh, is it?
okay.
What
I
happened?
think you might be back to normal.
Yeah, you're back to normal.
now.
It just
It glitched out a little bit.
it glitched, yeah.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
But what were
Yeah.
you saying?
I was just gonna say, I don't think it would have done any good. We were practically powerless. Fucking,
Shit.
if anything, I should have done more. I mean,
No.
God, if we hadn't been in Caldera, she wouldn't have been captured. It's my father who was after us. God, I mean, I know there's no use pointing fingers now, but if you're gonna point them at me.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm more mad at myself. I just
See that
Don't
she's
be.
like heavily pregnant at the moment.
yeah.
I just kind of look over and hearing her say like I should have been there. I just kind of tilt my head and just go, "Hi, sorry. I know I'm a stranger and I don't mean to be presumptuous, but in your state, I don't think that you should have been there at all."
You see as Ryloth looks at Valley and he's like, "No, I fully agree. She wasn't gonna go regardless."
Oh.
And
Oh.
you see that she kind of like slaps Ryloth in the in the shoulder. And she's like, I don't care. I should have been there. I know, but I just look it.
Listen, we could never have been ready. He had an army, and we were fucking sleeping. He caught us. He caught us off guard, but it's not going to happen again. And
Yeah.
now all there is to do is do right by Bunny.
Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to be, like, crass or rude or anything like that. I guess I'm being a little hard on myself because, even though she's a Nietzsche and she didn't, like, her parents didn't really care about her.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sorry, that just came out. The little
Yeah,
girl
no.
is a Nietzsche.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
it's okay. She was, according to her, she was the black sheep of the family. They didn't really care about her.
The little missing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I really don't want to know what all of you are up to now. I just want to go back to hunting monsters.
That's fair.
Deal.
She, as much as her parents didn't care about her, she had a poster, and, like, I know that doesn't mean much to
they
any
were-
of you, but I feel like if
I mean, tells me they were looking for her. I knew she had secrets. Some shit going on with her family, but I mean, I never pressed the issue.
yeah, I mean, it's not even that, it's just, I think it makes me question my capabilities, because, with all the lost, all the cold cases and everything, and all the missing posters, if I'm not able to help someone who, didn't even want to be found, what does that mean, for me as a mother, for me, am I even qualified for, trying to solve these cold cases? Kind of makes me think.
You can't always save everyone. No matter how badly you want to.
Yeah, I just...
And if there was ever anyone I was gonna save, God, I'd want it to be her. And I couldn't.
Yeah. Well, at least you're here with her now.
Well, I could say the same for you.
Yeah.
You've done all you can. And you're fucking pregnant, so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess that kind of leads me into my next bit of business. We'll go see her in a second. I'm sure the people who need to be visiting are visiting. We have some news.
Oh fuck. Love that.
Yeah, Baron has been sending troops to do kind of sweeps throughout cities.
He's on my shit list now too.
Fair. We had to run and help some of the refugees because Bertha was busy, but she, or at least we noticed that if Baron is gonna start sweeping these places, he's gonna expect us to do our jobs, and as much
Be
as
an insider for us.
yeah, we can totally do that. The problem is if once he gets to Estrella, he might find the rest of the refugees that aren't out of Bertha's Tavern. And on top of that, we just got a few people in from Caldera who were Calderan guards. So they're gonna probably be killed
Cut out
on
a
sight.
little bit at the end.
Oh, sorry. She was saying that he's probably gonna check Estrella, and since there's still refugees in the tavern, and since there's since there are some of the Calderan guards that you sent to Bertha's Tavern, they're going to be caught in the crossfire and potentially killed on sight.
Yeah.
And she continues. With that, that leads me into thinking that they're going to find out that the kobolds instead have or are building a city, which, by the way, I've checked on. It's going well. They send their regards. And it's gonna be bad. And we can discuss this later, because I know we have more pressing issues. But
yeah, I mean,
it's just something to think about.
Not to impose, but if you need covert lines of communication, there are usually Klein outposts in every city. They're usually pretty difficult to find, but if you ask the right people, you can find them. And as my new scouting party, I can give you a general map of where those outposts are located. If you need secure lines of communication, I can assure you nothing escapes those outposts.
That sounds
helpful.
Yeah.
And I know your speciality is in paper trails and secrets, but I mean, if your family is as strong as you say they are, how would they feel about taking in refugees? Do they have any resources for that? Possibly?
I could maybe pull a few strings in Klein's Rest. It's a city that my family controls up north.
How far north?
Oh, how far north?
Far enough.
Very far north.
I mean,
yeah.
It's
so
not-
far enough Demetrius won't look there.
I
Possi-
believe
or wouldn't know to.
so.
Yeah,
I
but
believe it's far enough, and
respectfully, sorry. The problem with that, I think, lies in how many people we have. Because not only do we have kobolds, but we have refugees. We now have a thing. We have your family. It might be too far of a trek with a lot of people who are more on the emaciated side.
Well, what's the alternative? I mean, Well, also, we have... I mean, could Belladonna not fly him over?
Belladonna could
busy.
help, but yeah, she might be busy.
I mean...
Um,
What?
hey, thing.
Yeah.
How is the, how far is the Satyr tribe?
I don't know how close we are to that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's fair. So there, I would say it's closer. It's closer to Silver Moon, but it's on the other side of like the little mountain range. So it's not far. It's not as far as like Valley's
Well-
area, but
That's sad.
it is in like the prairie, so it is flatland, but it's closer and it's out of the
send
way.
some there. I mean, we could divide and conquer. Send some there. Possibly send some Valley's area.
Could work.
Yeah, I don't see why that would be an issue.
It's quite a trek to Klein's Rest, and I believe there's a mountain range. I could be wrong about that. I think there's a mountain
Well-
range between where we are and Klein's Rest, but I could be wrong. DM.
At the very least, maybe...
I'd have to look at it again.
Sorry to
No, you're good.
interrupt.
You're good.
I was gonna say, at the very least, Bella could take them halfway, I'm sure. I mean, it's sort
For
of a
those that
pressing
are
issue. Their lives are on the line.
Yeah.
For those that are strong enough to make the journey to the rest, it would be a viable option. I don't know. I've not been home in a number of years now, but I don't know if there's a setup for a refugee camp or anything, but I could
Well, could the
pull some
arrangements be made?
strings. I could
okay.
pull some strings,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know.
Let's make a maybe.
You see as Zerdrak kind of looks around and he's like, well, what about here? This seems
I mean,
pretty secluded.
Entirely up to Xanadon.
Yeah, if you,
exactly.
yeah. I guess we'll have to ask him later.
Maybe he could set up some sort of wall.
Maybe.
Safer, harder to know.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of refugees. We divided them between these areas.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, it looks like he has a decent amount of space.
He also did just lose a daughter. Let's not forget that.
yes,
True.
this is we're working out logistics. This is all up in the air.
Yeah. Well,
It's a plan, and a lot of displaced refugees, and to meet to his prisoners being displaced.
mhm. You see as Vodraka is like, yeah, it's a start. We at least are making headway. Oh, did you find out any information about what happened to my father, or any more information on the Otafians? Did you find the book?
Yes, we found 2 books.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, There was something in one of the books that piqued our interest. A riddle in a children's book.
Yeah.
It-
Can I?
It was very... Yeah, I'll give it to her.
Okay. She
I
takes
have the
it.
children's book.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So she takes it and she kind of lays it on the table and she's looking at it, And she's like, okay, dots on the line, point and toe. Da, 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 da. And she kind of is flipping through. Okay. I can't make heads or tails of this. Do you have any theories? Did you guys...
Do we have any threes?
Theories.
Oh.
Threes?
I
yeah.
mean, I thought you were referencing the riddle.
I thought you
Three
were
in a line.
too.
Oh my gosh, my bad. They kind of probably meddled together.
Because you said 3 minus 2. You got any threes? That's where I thought you were going
Oh,
with it.
fair. Do you have any theories?
None from me.
I mean, it says that there's let's see.
I thought it could possibly be referring to a perhaps a signature of the Aesaith, a symbol that we need to find.
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot to go off of here. I mean, for a kid's book, this, you feel like it would be pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But
It's very vague.
it is very vague. Let me see.
Mysterious.
Valley is fresh eyes. Would Valley have any clues as to what this might mean?
Make a perception check.
Very cryptic
Perception?
for a little golden book.
Four. Natural
That's a
one.
nat one. You see words that mean nothing to you and pictures that are pretty.
I don't know if I ever made a check to see if if that symbol, when I tried in my mind, I don't know if I'm any smarter than Dawn, she's probably smarter than me, but, I took it as, it's talking about, a symbol.
Okay.
And, the arrangement of dots. That's how I interpreted it. It's describing the arrangement of dots.
Yeah. I mean, it says, kind of as you read it, it says, legend has it that the talismans given to the Aesaith have the answer to the true location of the Atafians. The only way to find it, however, is to solve the riddle.
Oh, shit, okay.
So...
God, I don't fucking know. Can I make it in, what is it, intelligence?
You can do an intelligence or a history check.
Okay, just better. God. There's not really a big difference. Okay.
Whichever one's better, you can do it.
They're the same,
Oh, okay.
I think. I'll do an intelligence check. My intelligence isn't very good. Who's the smartest? Snap?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We do not have an
Can
int
anyone
caster.
make heads or tails? This riddle?
The pictures are
Can
very
Nat-
pretty.
Yeah. But I can't
Oh.
help but think that there's something
Oh,
to this.
robot.
It's so cryptic and... Oh,
Good now.
am I normal now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's when I lean away from the mic every
Ah.
time. I don't
I'll
know.
do
I
that.
don't know what's up with that. Okay, I will.
capture your voice as well whenever you lean away.
Okay,
Yeah.
valid. I was just saying I can't help but think there's something to this. It's so specific and cryptic and. Does this ring familiar to any of you?
Nope.
No.
I mean, I've seen, and she kind of looks at one of the few one of the front pages, and she's like, I mean, I've seen the symbol. Let's see. I
Then-
mean, um,
I have to do some investing work.
yeah. Well,
Maybe Valley's. Oh, go ahead.
I thought I had. There might have been a talisman at some point in the house. Did you guys come across it? Because it says something about a talisman.
Did we find anything like that? I forget.
Cine has a talisman of luck.
I do.
So we did find something.
You do have something. You did find
Okay.
something.
We have a talisman.
Do you mind if I can?
I
If I
forgot about.
do you mind if I see it for a second?
Oh, yeah. No,
Sitting-
no. I hand it over.
Okay. So you hand it over, and she's looking at it. I mean, it matches the symbols. Let's see. Dots and a line, point and toe. I mean, Dawn, you think it's matching a symbol?
I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall.
So this is totally DM's discretion on whether or not you guys remember this, but Bunny did have a theory that it might have been like a constellation.
Bunny did
Yeah,
relay that to
something.
the group.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't remember that because that was a while ago.
Yeah.
But sure.
Just reminding you guys.
Sure. I mean, that's sort of what I'm like, where I'm going with it. Some kind of like symbol or image
Yeah.
that
Well,
we would have to recognize. But the talisman doesn't. I was thinking like, oh, maybe the talisman has something like that on it. But what did it have on it?
I'll send a picture.
Okay. Well,
I'll send it in character refs so that way you can see it.
I'll just, yeah, I'll wait and listen to what Buldraka has to say about it.
You guys can blow up a theater, but you can't solve the riddle.
That's what the talisman
The
looks
answer.
like.
We have our skills.
Didn't think so.
I mean,
Sour power vinegar tits.
all right.
Alright, Cinnamon Twist, calm down.
What? That's the only nickname you have. Got more in the
Yes.
chamber.
All right, ladies.
Ladies,
Either-
you're both pretty.
Yes, either get a room.
Tuscadero.
Hey. Either get a room, or
Okay.
we solve this.
Full faith in the lot of you. I'm not the one to come to for riddles.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So,
I mean-
Voldraka, what is it? What's it?
Yeah, Vodraka. Yeah. I mean, looking at it, you were saying it has something to do with a symbol, probably. I mean, it looks like dots in a line, point and toe. I mean that. That looks like part of the symbol.
Well, I mean,
Does it?
shit.
Does anybody want to
We
make
may
it?
have to.
DM,
Hi.
now this is my first time seeing this talisman.
Yes.
In conjunction with this riddle.
Yes.
Would I have any idea if it is like a witch's eye? You know, like a planchette, like something to look through at something specific to maybe get an answer?
I feel like that's something that you could probably deduce. Yeah. The way that I've described it is it kind of looks like one of those like peace sign like things on like a necklace where it's like it's clear except for the actual design.
Okay, so there is like a see-through portion
Yes.
of the thing. I would, well, I mean, have you tried looking through the talisman, at specific
Didn't realize that it
points?
was see-through.
Maybe it's like a witch's eye or a
It's
planchette.
translucent? Is that what we're saying?
Like,
It's see-through?
like, hold on, let me,
Ooh,
it's,
tapping.
let's see.
Like, the way that I'm understanding this is that the pencil marks are metal, and the white space is open. There's nothing there. It's just
Oh.
Yeah,
a
that's how I
metal
understood
design.
it.
Oh.
Yeah, like a peace sign
Yeah.
charm. It has little see-through bits. So
Oh.
each thing is specific. If that makes sense. Uh-oh.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Well, now that I was imagining it just as a metal talisman, that changes things.
Yeah.
Maybe we can use it to decode something.
It
Perhaps
could
in
be
one
a
of the books.
it could be a cipher.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. Does anything, have you checked to see if anything matches inside the book? Any art or anything?
Who's good with books? Who
I mean,
reads good?
was
Snap, do you read good?
mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, you're
Shit.
cutting out.
Robot.
Just a little robot.
Oh, Snap, do you read good? Am I audible? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think so.
Okay.
Can you
Can
make
you make
it?
heads or tails of this? Decode something?
I could definitely take a look.
Yeah. Make an investigation check. Yeah. 14. Yeah, that does it. Flipping through the pages, there are not many. It's kind of like one of those books where it's every couple of sentences are on the on each page, so it's a very thin kind of leather skin but painted on book. And you notice, while also holding the pendant or looking side by side, there is a beautiful green, kind of like a minty green, illuminated spire on the inside. And the art has kind of this splash of navy blue behind it, kind of resembling the night sky, and a couple of stars here and there. But you notice that a couple of them are bigger than the others, directly above the point of that spire.
I don't know what that means. The spire of the what we're calling of the talisman.
The spire in the book.
Okay, so remind me again. What was
It. I'm gonna read you just a snippet of the story, so that way you have it.
Okay. Okay.
It's saying, the people of the Spire live sedentary lives, only leaving their quaint village to assist others in petty squabbles. These people, however, need not for protection, as the planets and stars align. Every last Etophian uses their arcane power to shroud their ethereal spire in a natural barrier of flora. And on that page is like a splash image of said ethereal spire that glows like a beautiful like minty green or teal, and the stars that kind of like trail up from it.
Okay.
And you realize that it's
So maybe
similar.
Buddy was right. Maybe it is a constellation.
Yeah. I mean, it matches the talisman perfectly. I mean, except there are
So-
3 here. 3 versions of it.
Not that I know anything about. Well, I don't know if. Maybe it's a follow the North Star situation. Not that I know anything about Christianity or that it even exists. But
Just follow the brightest star you can, maybe.
well, this specific constellation. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's at the top of the spire, maybe it's that general direction, like it's leading us north, south.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll figure this out in the morning. It's probably best if we take a rest and make a plan and look at everything with fresh eyes.
Okay.
I don't want to make us think about it now if, we need to take the time to figure out what to do with Bunny and how to proceed.
For sure.
DM question to Zim. Do we want to do one more thing with you-know-who? Or did we pretty
No.
much figure everything out?
I'm good.
Cool. So the last thing I will say is you see as kind of the fire that Xandranor has kind of set in his makeshift fireplace kind of dies, and everyone kind of moves from drinking their tea and eating some bread and trying to sit in the present moment, as everyone kind of heads off to bed. Vodraka and Ryloth have visited Xandranor and Bunny. They officially introduced themselves to him, kind of ending the night, sending him their condolences and letting him know how important she was. With that, you all fall asleep. You all find a room. You pass out. We're going to touch on this a little bit later. However, the moment that dawn breaks here in the material plane. No.
Okay.
The moment that the morning sun rises.
Sure.
Bunny. You jolt up with this aggressive ferocity. Your eyes pop open.
Glad we didn't bury her.
Yeah. Your eyes pop open. Have your eyes changed at all?
Where
Bef-
am I?
You are in your room. Before you take notice of it, though, have your eyes changed any colors?
They're green. Where there was once this beautiful pastel pink, no pupils, they're just green.
Oh. Starfuck.
You see as well, or you notice, a faint light where your horn was broken, a floating green spectral horn takes its place.
Ooh. Rebirth.
Bunny, when you wake up, you take in your surroundings. It's quiet. However, you look off of your bed after you feel the warmth of your blankets, how they're dark green and woven, and how, cozy it made you feel. You look down off the side of your bed, and you see Mazis and Xanranor hugging one another, wide-eyed. Everyone in the house can hear a blood-curdling scream.
Without, I almost don't react to this. Like I'm expecting it.
Mm.
And I just kind of, pop my neck and stretch out.
Rigor mortis is a bitch.
Yeah, all my bones kind of snap and pop. And, I kind of move the blankets a little bit. I kind of adjust myself and, sort of coiled on the bed, is a spectral green devil's tail. Sort of mirroring Dawn's, almost. And, kind of almost like a cat, it, whips back and forth as I'm just stretching. And I look down. Am I still wearing the clothes that I was killed in? The red coat and the formal attire?
I would say yes, because none of them would want to have disturbed your body.
Am I still bloody? Is there still blood on my clothes?
There are still blood on your clothes.
Without regard for Xanranor or Mazis, I just pop open my shirt. It's like a white button down. I have a bra.
I hope so.
I just pop open my
It's
shirt.
okay.
Is there a scar?
There is a
Is
scar.
I just, like a cat,
Ooh,
I'm just
zombie.
I'm just stretching, and there's this scar, and I just look over at Xanranor and Mazis, and I go, I need to get changed. I need to get out of these clothes. Can you guys give me some privacy?
And with that, we will end the session.
Yo, I did not think her ass was coming back. I'm glad we didn't bury her.
I didn't think she was coming back either, but then Valley started talking about stuff like, I'm gonna hire you and mail you stuff. I was like, why would Zim just be getting rid of her own character?
I know.
I feel like the pieces started falling into place.
Oh, dude.
Well, I mean, I was wondering
You
why we
are
were waiting so
evil.
long to bury her.
You're
I was
I didn't want to
so
bury her
fucking
outside
evil.
of fucking Demetrius's house,
I was like,
No,
oh
no.
god.
No,
If
I
they
know.
bury me-
I wanted her to be buried at Xanranor's. And the reason I was
Yeah.
freaking out about that is because I was like, I feel like Bunny's main thing is the natural order of things, checks and balances. I was like, she would probably want her body to be returned to the earth.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
like, she wouldn't want her body that she's not in anymore, that doesn't serve a purpose on the earth. I feel like she would want to give back to the earth. But I'm glad we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Man. I was a little
Yeah.
worried that you guys were gonna bury me.